We're going to do 3 roster reviews. I pulled these from Twitter. Guys, make sure if you want to be included on one of my next shows for a roster review, I'm tweeting out every week, usually on Mondays and or Tuesdays, asking for some rosters to review for this show. So find Dynasty Drip over on Twitter, reply to that, and we'll definitely get you included here on the show. Everyone that has responded has been included, right? So if you respond to that, I will get you in. So we're going to go with this first roster here, and bear with me. It's not a perfect system. I'm using just kind of the images. We all know these screenshots that Sleeper gives us. So bear with me as I work through this. Okay. So this one's submitted by, I think, AJ. His team name is Hammer. 12-team Superflex, 1.5 tight end premium. If you're in here, make sure to speak up, buddy. We're doing your team today. He wants to add, and I feel for him on this one. He wants to add, he made a bad trade when he was drunk, and he set Bijan and Pittman for Stroud, Charbs, 2-6 and 3-8. So imagine what this team could look like with Bijan. I think that's kind of what he's saying. But 12-team Superflex, 1.5 tight end premium. So let's kind of give this one a view here. We've got Dak, Kyron Brees, CD, Nico, DJ Moore. I'm curious what his QB situation looks like without that trade, though. Because I definitely wouldn't do that trade, but he did need a QB, so I understand where he was coming from. Just think he could have aimed a lot higher than CJ Stroud probably with Bijan. This team's pretty stacked, though, honestly. I mean, that's a really good starting lineup. Russ, Sharps, love Jarquez Hunter, one of my favorite rookie picks. Trey Harris, like that. Arroyo, like that, especially in a premium. Brenton Strange. He's got Deshaun Watson, that he does. LaQuint Allen, just talked about him. Okay, he is lacking in some picks for 26, which would make sense, though. I mean, looking at his starting lineup here, I really like his starting lineup. I mean, I would say his weakest starter, honestly, is probably Evan Ingram in a tight end premium league. I like to be a little more, what do you want to say? A little stronger at tight end if it's a tight end premium. I mean, I think for me, the first thing that jumps out is I might be using someone like Charbonnet. Maybe you can get someone to bite on some of this tight end depth. If I could use Charbonnet, a tight end, and maybe like a pick or something, I'd love to get even just an older tight end for your roster. I just think your team is pretty win now with Dak, Stroud, these running backs, these wide receivers. You got Barkley, Brees, and Kyron. That is not going to last forever. I mean, I don't know what it would cost, but the first guy I would be reaching out for would be George Kittle with this team personally. George Kittle would just be a huge difference maker in a tight end premium league. Now, it doesn't mean you can afford him, but I think that's the first message I'm going to send on this specific team is what would it cost to get George Kittle and really put this team over the edge? For anyone that just joins, 12-team Superflex tight end premium. He drunkenly traded away Bijan Robinson for CJ Stroud, a couple ancillary pieces as well. He got some picks. My guess is that's how he got Trey Harris and maybe Arroyo probably in the third. It's just a guess. But in general, I think that's a pretty good team, honestly, man. I'm going to close out of that. We're going to pull up the next team. So hopefully you're here to check that out. If you're tuning in late, you can check it out just on the Faceoff channel. It will be there. Okay. We're going to pull up the second team from Twitter, boys. This one, I love the sleeper screenshot because I've had to send them as well. But I do appreciate this because it's really easy to read and tell what the team is. So this is from Michael. Michael, if you're around, please shoot me a comment, buddy. Thanks for submitting your team to the Faceoff channel. This is Michael's team. It's a 10-team Dynasty League. He does not say Superflex or not. So it's hard to say Superflex wise. He also says that he has 1-1. So that's good to keep in mind here. So let's just imagine that it is Superflex for now. I mean, I think either way, he's got plenty of quarterbacks. If this is Superflex and he has all 4 of these quarterbacks, I'm trading one of these guys immediately to get some more value on my team. Now, if it's 1 QB, I understand it. You're probably not going to get enough to really give these guys away cheap. But if this is Superflex, you're stacked, man. And try to use one of these guys to go get someone to fix the rest of your team. We're going to take a peek at the rest of your team now. Wide receiver-wise, Neighbors, Harrison, McConkey, JSN, Rashee Rice, stacked. Keep in mind 10-team for you guys watching. 10-team can cause some slightly more stacked rosters, as you can imagine. You get slightly higher picks, the talent, you're slightly better, but that's an amazing young wide receiver core. Tight end, Jake Ferguson, Barner. Looks like he definitely needs a tight end. He has 1-1. So I'm curious if he has like 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. If you are watching, I'm not saying with 1-1, but at 2-1, if you could get Warren or Loveland in a 10-team league, that would be pick 11. I think you have a chance to maybe land one of those guys. I think it'd be a great pick for you. Running back wise, Brooks, Jalen Wright. He didn't even include anyone else. My guess is he fully tanked. He just went no running backs. Got a lot of rookies last year, as you can kind of tell by his roster. So we're adding Genty to this team. We're going to add hopefully a tight end in the rookie draft. I'd love to get one of those main guys at 2-1. If not, I think Terrace Ferguson, Arroyo at 3-1 are good targets for you. You have great wide receivers. I think what I would definitely see if this is a super flex league, this would be easy to do. And you didn't include that. So it's hard to say. If this is a super flex league, I'm using one of these quarterbacks, probably Bryce Young or Brock Purdy, just because I think Jordan Love is your most valuable quarterback. So I'm holding on to him. And I think Baker Mayfield is the most underrated quarterback on your roster. So I'm holding on to him as well. So if this is a super flex league, I'm moving either Purdy or Young, and I'm going to see what I can get maybe pick-wise or running back-wise. If I can get a pick and get Judkins or Travion, I would do that straight up. For Young, for sure. Purdy, I think I'd want more. Just with that contract, I'd probably want a pick and maybe a future asset as well. I mean, you're going to be adding Genty to this. I'm not saying I'm going to go all in, but you have the wide receiver core to compete. And so I think you just build this team slowly, man. I think you take Genty. I would see what you could get in the running back market with young assets, but I'm not going to overpay to get any of those assets. But in general, I think it's a pretty good team. You didn't really include any more info, but I love the young wide receiver core here. Perfect way to build a dynasty team. You can take this and do whatever you want with it, and you will be totally fine. And now we're going to go over the last roster for the day. If you guys do have trade questions, we're going over one more roster, and then the show's going to be over for the night. So make sure to drop your trade questions if you want them answered, and I will happily get to them. Okay, last team for the night. Shout out Tyler. Tyler, thank you for submitting this over on the Dynasty Drip Twitter. If you guys want your roster checked out next week, make sure to hit me up on Dynasty Drip and reply to one of our tweets looking for rosters, and I will get to your roster on our show next week. This is from Tyler. Tyler's in a 12-team PPR tight end premium league here. And okay, so it looks like he's got triple flex, and it's not super flex, though. So keep that in mind. But he's got Jaden Daniels, so he killed it. Jaden Daniels, 12-team PPR. Jaden Daniels, James Cook, Maureen Hampton, Puka, Marv, Brenton Strange. He did say tight end premium. Okay, Jalen Warren, Darnell Mooney, Scattaboo. mean, he's set at quarterback for not beating a super flex league. Justin Fields, Gibson, Keaton Mitchell, Whittington, like Jack Beck, Kyle Williams. Looks like he had a lot of rookie picks this year. Scrolling up. So we got Hampton, Besh, Kyle Williams, Mason Taylor. Like that, trying to add to your tight end room. Okay. All of his picks next year and an extra fifth. Yeah, I mean, I think in general, dude, this is a solid team. You're definitely lacking a little at tight end. It looks like you did try to address that a little bit in the rookie draft with Mason Taylor. I don't know if this is a full-on contender this year. I think it's close. You know, you have some strength, but we're still waiting for Marv. We don't know what Hampton's going to do. So a couple of things that stand out to me, first off, is I'd be looking to move James Cook, Jalen Warren, Darnell Mooney, to guys that are looking for pieces to help them win this season. James Cook still holds a lot of value. You could get another wide receiver for one of these flex positions, you know? Could you get a Devonta Smith, Jordan Addison, maybe someone in that tier, maybe even aim a little higher, you know? Could you get Rashee Rice, T. Higgins? I think these are guys I would probably trade James Cook for if I'm trying to get a little younger. And you might even be able to get a future pick in addition to these guys as well. And I think you would feel pretty good about that. Looking at his bench, I mean, if you can move any of these quarterbacks at single QB, I'd be putting them on the block immediately. If someone wants Kyler, trade him. If someone wants Darnold, Fields, trade him. You got Jaden Daniels, you're set. You can fill out your QB2 in a single QB league super easy. You know, get your Matthew Stafford, your old dude that isn't really valued as a toss-in. I like Besh and Williams. I'm holding on to them. I'm holding on to Taylor. I like Rashard Smith. You got to hold on to Sinnott to see if he pops, and you got to hold on to your picks at this point. But in general, I mean, yeah, I think you just keep building this team. To me, James Cook, Jalen Warren, Darnell Mooney, and if Brenton Strange gets off to a hot start, I think those are your guys I'm going to look to move pretty quickly. I just think they don't really match the timeline of your team. Like Daniels, Hampton, Puka, Harrison, Scadaboo, and then a couple of these other rookies down here. These guys are the core of your team along with your future draft picks. And I don't think this team is going to be contender enough that I would almost try to shed a couple of these pieces to get your pick a little higher from next year. But thank you guys for tuning in to my Tuesday night show. We're going to be going live every Tuesday night. We're going to be doing roster reviews, mock drafts, buy, sells, all stuff Dynasty this off season. If you were here, make sure to shoot a like. If you loved what you saw today, make sure to also subscribe over to Dynasty Drip. I do even more Dynasty content on my show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you're watching this when it's not live and you have a trade question as well, I will be following up on the comment section for this video. So make sure to post your trade and us at Faceoff will get to you. But, you know, in general, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week on Tuesday night.